A few years ago, we went over to Southern Ireland, and we kept on driving till we ran out of road. And we were sort of running out of daylight as well, and we were getting a bit worried. We got a tent in the back, we looked somewhere to camp. And this little old farmer was taking his cows back to be milked. So we wound down the window and said, "Excuse me, is there anywhere we could camp around here?" And he says, "Sure." He says, "You can camp on my field." We camped on his field. And he came over to talk to us. And he talked. And he talked. And he talked. One topic of conversation: sex. This is virtually word for word what came out of Michael McCarthy's mouth. You can put up your tent on a space on my farm. You'll be safe there from danger and all kinds of harm. Do you sleep in a bag? Do you sleep in your jeans? Would you use a French letter or some other means? And is it true in your country there's a national health? And is it true that it's paid for by your country's wealth? And I'd love just to ask you, and I'd love you to say, if I needed some Viagra, would I have to pay? I am Michael McCarthy, I'm a farmer from Kerry. I'm as Irish as ever you see. And I'd like to find out all the ways of your country, the people you've met and the places you've been. I have noticed the absence of hair on your head. Well, could that be from spending too much time in bed? And is it true that a man with as little hair as you has libido to spare? Would you say that was true? And if you'd like to swim, you can swim from my beach. It's not too far away, it's within easy reach. And you can swim without clothes, what a freshness that brings. I'll stay here on the shore and I'll watch over your things. I am Michael McCarthy, a farmer from Kerry. I'm as Irish as ever you see. And I'd like to find out all the ways of your country, the people you've met and the places you've been. And then how many children have you managed to bear? And what are they doing? And do you know where? I'd consider it an honour if you conceived on my land. But then if you don't feel quite like it, then I'll give you a hand. And if you bear a child when time's course has run, would you write back and tell me if it's a daughter or a son? And if it's a son and he looks just like me, then I'll allow you to come on me farmland for free. I am Michael McCarthy, a farmer from Kerry. I'm as Irish as ever you see. And I'd like to find out all the ways of your country, the people you've met and the places you've been. When he's full grown, well, I give you my word, you can't take on this holding with a good suckler herd. It's a good place for raising the fruit of the womb, and with 23 acres there's plenty of room. For a young growing lad needs to find his own feet, where there's plenty potatoes and plenty of meat, and he can spend all his time in the ways that I do, making polite conversation with people like you. I am Michael McCarthy, I'm a farmer from Kerry. I'm as Irish as ever you see. And I'd like to find out all the ways of your country, the people you've met and the places you've been. Thank you. But with a solemn vow, well, I promise my words, one day they'll get bought myself a wormery. It cost me 20 quid. I saw it at an auction, and mine was the highest bid. And I read all the instructions, word for word, as best I could. And now I make prime compost as a keeper of a wormery should.